everyone. So it is Sunday, October 1st. Today is the first day of Becca's Spookopolathon. I am super excited for this month and what it will bring. I'm gonna do things a little bit different this month in the way I do my TBR. Since Becca's readathon for the month of October is set up like a Monopoly board, I'm gonna roll as I go. Meaning I'm gonna start with one book and then roll and find out my next prompt. I'm doing this for two reasons. The first being that I struggle with knowing how many books I'm going to read in a month. Also, this will help, I think, keep me motivated, but we will see. It's an experiment. As we know, not all experiments work, but we're going to try it. That being said, on my channel, you will have noticed that I have some shorts, and that is my role for each book. My first book needed to be a book with orange on the cover, and so I picked Dark Harvest by Norman Partridge, I believe. Norman Partridge. This book, we are following this town, particularly Pete McCormick. This town has a really weird tradition. On October 31st, well, I guess I should back up. 5 days before Halloween, every year, they lock the boys between the ages of 16 and 19 in their rooms for 5 days, leading up to Halloween, giving them water and very little sustenance. Their goal is to make them super hungry and willing to go on this hunt. The hunt is for this pumpkin scarecrow creature that grows every year in this abandoned farm ground. But every year, one man, adult man, goes out and carves the face on this scarecrow pumpkin thing. Oh, and it becomes the October Boy. It gains sentience. But in the process of doing this, he also stuffs this scarecrow pumpkin thing full of candy. Like, he puts atomic fireballs, like, all in the head, along with candy corn, stuffs chocolates in its pockets, fills its insides with candy, and basically the boys treat it like a giant piñata. The pumpkin, or the October Boy, once he gains his sentience, is trying to get to the center of town at the church, the church there, to ring the bell. And the October Boy's goal is to do this by midnight, and something happens. If a boy happens to murder the October Boy before it makes its way to the church, the boy then takes its remains, shoves them in a bag, and goes to ring the bell themselves. This book is very, very interesting. I currently have 55 minutes left of it. It's a 4.5 hour audiobook, and it has gone by so fast. I was truthfully a little worried when I started the audiobook, and because my daughter was in the car with me. And I told her, I said, if this gets too much, let me know. I'll cut it off. And she thought it was great fun. So I have that last 55 minutes. And it's now time to go pick her up from youth group. So I am going to finish this. I have a feeling I'm going to finish this one tonight and be able to roll again, hopefully getting a new prompt. But really enjoying this. It definitely is the creep factor, that Halloween thing, the Halloween feels that you want for any Halloween book. Perfect for October 1st. But I will check in at the end of the book. Talk to you soon. Hello everyone. So it is October 2nd, and I am partially through my second book, Hunted by Darcy Coates. This is for the Woods prompt. I can't remember exactly what Becca called it, like, are we through the woods yet, or something like that. And it was just a prompt that the book takes place in the woods. And so I messaged my sister. I'm like, okay, help, because she reads a lot more spooky books than I do. So I was like, okay, I need a book suggestion. She gave me one. Well, she actually gave me 3. And the one I picked turned out I had already read. Oops. But so I am doing Hunted. So far, we have the book opens up on Eileen, I believe is her name, and she goes missing in the woods. Excuse me, and her friends and family are trying to find her. And at first, the police are kind of like, she's a college student, she'll turn up. Until they find her camera in the river of one of the lakes, or one of the rivers that go through the mountain woods. And so at that point, then they start looking for her more seriously. But the police are at the point where they are believing that they're going to either find remains or not find anything at all, because the wildlife will snack on bodies. So it's an interesting one so far. I don't like how her family treats Todd, who's a friend of the family, basically calling him a creeper and just brushing him off. But he's the one who noticed that Eileen was missing and trying to get the police involved to begin with. It's good so far. Darcy Coates, of course, always knocks it out of the park, and I am excited to keep going. I believe I'm 10 or 11 chapters in, so I'm going to keep going. I'm also working on my scarf here. I will not finish it today because it requires a trip to the yarn store, because I am almost out of brown. I don't have enough brown to do all that I need to do for that, which is fine. So I am going to go do a little knitting and listening to my story, and I will check in later. Hello everyone! So it is Wednesday afternoon. I have finished Hunted. I actually finished it yesterday. And I had a great time with it. There were some things that I thought were going to happen that didn't. There were a few things that happened that I thought would. But overall, Darcy Coates, there's a reason why she's one of my favorite, creepy authors. Sorry, the cat scratching at the window. I did roll again, and I landed on chance this time. So I have Agatha Christie's The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. Quit. And in this one, we have Roger Ackroyd, who knows too much about the back dealings going on, and just as he collects this last piece of information, he is killed. Well, luckily for his friends and family, Hercule Poirot, has just retired into this town. I'm sure Poirot thought that he was going to have this nice, relaxing retirement, but of course that is not how life works when you are a detective, I think is what he is. But I have read one other Agatha Christie, Death on the Nile. Had a great time with it, and so I am looking forward to this one. This one is one that I am looking to do for my British literature class, so I'm probably going to take a little longer in it because I'll be writing some assignments and things as I go. But excited for it. I'm really enjoying my motivation right now, and I think rolling as I go was the right choice that I made for this month, because it's really keeping me going, and I don't feel like I'm in a slump like I do the beginning of most months. So I am going to get started on this, and I will check in later. Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday morning. I haven't updated in a little bit. I am 73% through Roger Ackroyd. Really enjoying it. We're starting to kind of weed out, we're starting to see Poirot rule out some people, I think. This is one of those that the introduction talks about how Agatha Christie just broke the mold with this one. So I'm excited to keep going with it. I'm making coffee right now so that I can have just a very calm Saturday morning. A lot of things came up this week that kind of shifted my normal week, and so I had to do some catch up yesterday, and that is perfectly fine. Sometimes life throws us curveballs, and we roll with the punches. So I am going to go get a cup of coffee and finish The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. I have, according to Storygraph, I have 25% left of it, but they include all of the, they include an extra 20-ish pages for the I guess it's kind of background on Agatha Christie and some of her other books, along with like a letter to her editor, how she created Poirot. So I have about 50 pages left, so I'll have that done in about an hour. So I'm just gonna read, and I will check in a little bit. Friends, so I have just finished The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. I was not expecting that at all. Uh, that was definitely an interesting read. Um, I really, really enjoyed it. It was just very surprising in the way that it ended. So that leaves me. Yeah, Agatha Christie definitely broke the mold on that one. Um, Queen of Mystery title to her, yes, most definitely. Wow. So my brain is reeling. Next up, I do need to figure out what I'm gonna read next, but I think I'm gonna drink this cup of coffee and mull over this book for a little bit. I really did enjoy it, though. My mind is just blown at this moment. So I will let you know what I'm reading next in just a moment. Hello everyone. So it is Monday night. I am 27% into Don't Hex and Drive. I am really enjoying this one. I kind of connect differently with Isadora than I did with her sister in the first book. Her first book, it was kind of my nerdy side that I was able to connect with, and with Isadora, it's that reserved side that I'm really connecting with right now and having a great time with the book so far. I so far in the story, like the mystery of the missing girls hasn't really played a big part. It hasn't played a big part yet, but that is why Deb is there. And Isadora is actually making teas to help for protection. It's an interesting kind of concept with the start of this. Isadora doesn't really like people. She would rather just be with her plants. And Dev is really pushing her buttons in that way. And it's quite interesting to watch. So I am really enjoying this so far, and I'm going to try to get back into it. I have probably just over an hour before I go to bed, so I want to get some reading done before school tomorrow. Oh, so I will check in later. Hello everyone. So I am 50%, I think. I am 49% into Don't Hex and Drive. And we have just hit our first spicy scene. It's definitely an interesting one. My attention kind of has been all over the place this week. And so I'm not like wanting to sit down and just read. I've done a lot of TV watching. I did have a conference, or I have a conference going on this weekend, an online conference, and so it's taking more of my time. So I'm just kind of trucking through slowly but surely. I know I'll get to the end and I will enjoy it, but until then, we just keep going. So I will check in later. Hello everyone. So here we are. It is Sunday, October 15th. Yeah. Ooh. It's morning. I'm sleepy. But I finished Don't Hex and Drive last night, finally. I was not in a reading place for most of last week, and that's okay. Sometimes we need a break from reading. So I have finished Don't Hex and Drive. I have rolled my 5th prompt, and I have chosen to read, I needed a book that featured a game. And I picked, oops, I don't have my Kindle in here. I left it in my room. Serpent of the Night and Wing. The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I'm sorry. That cover is all over the place. So I'm going to start that, but I'm also going to end this vlog here because it's been 2 weeks since I've put out a vlog. And I think I was really hoping with the way I started the month that I would finish Don't Hex and Drive pretty quickly, but that did not happen. So 2 weeks, 4 books, which is about average reading for me. And I am really enjoying all of this. So I'm going to keep going with the Spookopolathon and enjoy my time reading. So I am going to log off here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!